G'day guys, welcome back to Valheim and a new update on what I've been doing over the last month. And I've actually joined a public server and I've restarted the game and I've started to work out a couple of different ways that we can do our farming. As you can see here, this is my boar farm and also my chicken farm. And it's a little bit different to what you'll see in most other videos, is that the animals are more open and they actually have a bit more room to move. I find that as soon as you restrict the animals, you seem to have more problems. So the chickens are pretty much free range, they can move around, they can jump on top of each other, but they can't get out. And if they do get out, I can push them back in quite easily. The pigs as well, you can also see by the structure, because I'm in a public server, I'm getting attacked by drakes, I'm getting attacked by the bats. So you need to protect the animals because that's the first thing that they will go to. But I have never ever done locks. So using the same principles that I have been using with all my other animals, I haven't got wolves yet in this public server. I have no need for them at the moment, but I have been breeding hens, eggs and the like. But this video is about how you can actually use locks, and I've actually set up not just a farm, but an island. So let's just go have a little look about what's happening over here with my boar and my chickens. So I've actually started, when you join a public server, it's a little bit harder because because other players are more advanced than you don't have anything and you're getting attacked by everything. So you really have to set up everything correctly. So here we've got our eggs coming out on this side, we've got our boars coming out on this side, there's another egg. I also have a fireplace here. That fireplace is warming the eggs and turning them into chickens, so I've got a constant supply of eggs and boar. This is about all you need. Like I said, you need to protect it because you will get attacked. I also have the moat all the way around this section because trolls would come up and destroy this. Now this is a little bit different than what I'm used to. I'm right in the middle of the meadows. It's almost from our starting area. Most people build on the coast, make it easier for access to water, that sort of stuff. So just for a change, I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So that's the pig and the chicken breeder. Of course I have some farmland down here. Got my eggs, my honey, and got all the things that I need. And then I decided I'll see how many chickens I could actually breed. So I built this structure over here. And this was actually going to be my chicken breeder. So I dug out the whole lot, I went down all the way, and then I made all this top section, and I actually had chickens all the way along, and they wouldn't breed, there was too many. So I decided to turn this into my portal room. So there's a good tip. I think you can only have 12 chickens, I think, at most. So this is my home base at the moment. Again, I've built security walls all the way around, so nothing can touch it. Make sure that you're always about 8 meters away, so if a troll does come, they can't touch anything. And then I'm just slowly rebuilding. But let's get on to what I'm talking about, which is the locks. So let's go up and have a look at how we can breed locks. So here we are in the plains, and as you can see, there's a couple of locks here. There's also a fooling camp over there. If we have a look on the map, this is one island. So we also have Yagluth on here as well, and this was the reason why I came here. There's one little island and foolings and a couple of locks. But as you can see, these locks are not terrifying. These locks are mine. And the reason why these locks on this island are mine is because I built a locks farm. And as you can see, I'm slowly populating the island with my own meat source. But how do you make a locks farm in the middle of the plains that has mosquitoes and foolings and everything? Well, you need to be pretty secure, as you can see. So all of these locks are tamed. They're also having babies by themselves. So at some point in maybe 15 years, all of these this whole island will be covered with my own locks. And as you can see, even with mosquitoes, ugh, terrible shot. Where did he go? Here he is. Hey, get off. He just killed my baby. Alright, but anyway, so you can see that all of these guys are tamed. They'll take care of the mosquito for me. And if they kill the locks, well, it just means that I don't have to kill the locks. Alright, there we go. So, now, what do you have to do? Well, you need to have protection. Okay, so as you can see, there's another little baby just came running out. If I lose a baby, it's not really that important because I've got an automatic breeder going on here. There's a new one just popped out then. And slowly, as long as you spend time, here's another two, they will slowly walk out. Whenever a mosquito comes in the vicinity, they will get scared and they will run out of our tunnel and they will come out into the open world. And that's the general idea, is that at some point we're just going to have free range locks going everywhere. We can pick up all the fooling stuff that they've dropped. So this has been running for about 10 in-game days, and I've already got 45 black gold, and I'm already starting to pick up locks meat and all the other things that we get from the plains. How to build this is up to you. At some point you've got to get to at least 20 meters tall, which is difficult. So I built a big stone column in the middle, and then, well, actually I didn't do that first. I built straight up without, this is no iron, this is just all core wood, and then it was failing on the roof. So then I built this big column in the middle just to support the roof. And then I found out that you can't have a roof on top of the locks. So let's go up to the locks where the breeding pen is. Now, this is not perfect, but it's the best one that I've seen so far. You need to enclose everything to make sure that they don't get spooked, because as soon as a mosquito comes anywhere near them, they will jump up and down and they will destroy everything. So when you've got locks 20 meters in the air, if they knock over this floor, I've seen lots of other tutorials where they say you shouldn't have supports. I understand why, because the posts do hang on to the babies, but most times they kick them off. So I've got a portal that goes down, all the way down the 20 meters. When I need to feed the locks, I just build a platform onto the side, jump over, and then I can feed the locks. If there's a baby stuck here anywhere, I can go in there and push them around. If I need to push the locks, okay, I can't push them at the moment, but anyway, you can refill in this. I'm actually thinking about adding a half piece. So I think a half piece would not interfere with anything. Then I might be able to just constantly feed them without anything else. Do I have any cloudberries? Yes, I've got cloudberries. I just picked them up. Let's see if we can chuck them over. Alright, so they'll still feed on that. Vice versa, you can always just jump over. Alright, so now we're on the other side. Ideally, you want the locks to be face to face like this. So there's a gap on this side, there's a gap on that side, there's a gap on that side. But the most important thing is to have a gap in the roof. Alright, so locks are like trolls. Their line of sight is different. So you need to be able to have them look up over the top. But you can't have mosquitoes come in either. So you need to stop the mosquitoes seeing the locks, but you need the locks to be able to see the food out the side. And apparently their eyesight is up here somewhere. So as long as they can see food outside of this, then you're right to go. Now you have to go, so here the bottom one is to stop the locks getting out. But you have to go up higher because they jump on top of each other. So you have to be able to, well, they've destroyed that whole wall. So every time that they jump on top of each other, they do damage. But you can easily get back up in here and check everything and fix it if it needs to be fixed, which it does. But occasionally you'll get a baby that pops out the bottom and then one of the big locks will jump on top of the other locks and then you get stuck with a baby there. So we'll just clean all this stuff up while we're here. But a good little system where that you can still get in, you can still weatherproof it if you have to. But the main thing is to keep the mosquitoes away. They can't see the locks. That's the most important thing. Keep everything strong and then you'll have an endless supply of locks. I can't get out of here at the moment, so at some point I'm going to have to just fall down. Alright, there we go. So we've already got that one out and we had a couple here. So you'll get one every 3 minutes. Whenever you're in the area. Let's get some energy back. So you get one every 3 minutes. Now normally one will give one and then the other one will give one, but sometimes the other one, if it's standing on top, will not. Depending if they've eaten and all that sort of stuff. Ideally you could if you could work out a way to lock them in place, so maybe a 45-degree drop off and then you push the lock into it so that they just cannot move, that would be the ideal thing, but then you've got to feed them. So there's always a benefit and then there's always a withdrawal. So when you think that you've got them locked in place, when they have to feed, that's a little bit different. This seems to be quite a good system. You do have to spend a bit of time here to get them to breed, but I'll show you some footage of them. The Lox calf will get stuck on these posts. Most other tutorials say that you don't need these posts. Again, I don't want to risk it, because if they stomp on here, I want to be able to repair everything, compared to having to bring them all the way back up here, because 20 meters is a long way. But there we go. There's a ultimate Lox farm. At the moment, like I said, 10 days. I've killed about 20. So it's running at about 10 Lox per 2 days if you spend time here. But I've got so many Lox running around this island now that they're killing everything. Not only am I getting the Lox meat, which I want, the Lox pelts, but they're also killing, there we go, they're also killing everything else. A little bit shame that there's no tar on this island, because that would have been a great source of tar. But over the next month, I'm just going to let this bad boy keep running, keep working on it, and fill out this whole thing with Lox. And as you can see over there, there's Yagluth. If you want to see Lox against Yagluth, I just made a video about that last week, and about how effective they can be. But as you can see, everything is very secure. I've got portals here, so nothing can spawn. I also have my farming in here as well. So the Lox are not only a source of meat, but they're also a source of security. So there you are, guys, the ultimate Lox farm. Make sure that you don't put a roof over your Lox, otherwise they won't breed. And then make sure that it is super protected from both predators and also the weather. And then you'll have an unlimited supply of Lox meat. And also we're waiting for the new Hilda update. And then of course we're going to go into our Ashlands hopefully early next year. But that's what I've been doing. Hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe you can make some monstrosity like this yourself. Enjoy, and we'll catch you in the next one. Valheim.